Harry Houdini, the visiting American escapologist, took off from Diggers Rest near Melbourne.
It was 1910, the year Harry Houdini made the first powered flight over Australia. Reporters covering the stories worked in sweatshop-like conditions, churning out the nation's news for as little as a penny a line. Melbourne journalist Bertie Cook gathered 100 colleagues together and the Australian Journalists Association was born. Media historian Bridget Griffin-Foley's grandfather was among the AJA's founders.
The workforce was highly casualised. People came into journalism through a variety of avenues. In a few instances, it's probably fair to say that some people entered journalism almost as an occupation of last resort.
Early wins included the introduction of a grading system, equal pay for women and a code of ethics, events keenly watched by journalists around the world. The AJA also helped choose Australia's first official war correspondent, Charles Bean. As the nation developed, so did journalism as a profession. The Walkley Awards, recognising excellence, were introduced in 1956 by the founder of Ampol Petroleum, Sir William Gaston Walkley. Graham Freudenberg started out as a cadet in 1952, later becoming a speechwriter for Prime Ministers Gough Whitlam and Bob Hawke. He says there were more restrictions on the press back then.
It was quite routine for someone, say, like Prime Minister, like Prime Minister Menzies, to intervene directly to get a story stopped. There were rules of about what could be reported, what could not be reported.
Because nothing will save the Governor-General.
Whitlam's dismissal in 1975 proved to be a key battleground as journalists walked off the job amid claims of bias in the Murdoch press. The launch of radio and TV had created new challenges.
The journalists' strike over these visual display terminals is now into its third week.
And the arrival of the alarming new computer technology boiled over into a month-long strike in 1980, leading to increased allowances for journalists. As in earlier disputes, the AJA kept the public informed by producing its own newspaper, The Clarion. The head of the AJA, now part of the Media, Entertainment and Arts Alliance, says technological change has been a key challenge for his 2 decades at the helm.
Because it's a great opportunity for journalists to tell our stories in a more creative way. But on the other hand, it's required greater pressure of work. It's been a intensification of the workload for journalists in a day-to-day basis.
This is when I love my job.
Video journalist Sophie McNeil knows what it's like to multitask.
You're shooting, you're interviewing, you're producing, you're doing the sound. No matter what happens with technology, with Twitter, with Facebook, I mean, journalists still face the same problem, which is essentially that everyone wants as good a story as they can, while budgets are being cut and you have less time and less resources.
Journalism has come a long way in a century. Here's to the next 100 years.
Congratulations and happy birthday to the AJA.
Happy 100th birthday.
What was it like to live through the devastation of London's wartime